Good afternoon, good evening. Um, welcome between nightmare and prophecy. There's a quiet storm going on. People are anxious. We're going everywhere, but going nowhere at the same time. This is Zuogwi Earl, and I'm reporting live from the border of nightmare and prophecy. Now, since the last time we met, a lot of things have happened within within the United States. Of Still trying to learn how to work everything. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Hold on. Uh, so many things have happened in the United States of America. We lost a true legend, the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, and we have also witnessed a State of the Union address. We've also witnessed the BAFTA debacle, in which Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan, they I don't even know what to say. I want to say they were attacked. I want to say that, but I'm not going to say that they were attacked. I'm going to say um, there's a individual who suffers from Tourette's, and um, it, during their presentation of an award, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, the legend Delroy Lindo, have been referred. They like the dude just said the N word. And thinking about all of that, and like, what is a response? What is a response to the insanity of witnessing like all that we have in the last couple of days and trying to figure out what to do for ourselves, right? We need to clap for ourselves. We need to be able to have some kind of alleviation, something. Something's got to turn. And so I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about anger. Also, I might even start talking about this whole denouncing thing as well, but I honestly do not want to do that. I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, Spring 12. I love my fraternity. I love the opportunity that my fraternity gave me. I think that Black Greek letter organizations are some of the greatest institutions that African Americans have established. I am concerned that while people are on this new crusade to find Jesus, uh, the way they're being introduced into Christianity within this new realm of Christianity, I believe is certainly through uh, a white gaze, which is allowing people to demonize traditional African culture, traditional Black African culture, Black American culture, Black African American culture that has essentially it incubated over time with some of the traditions that we carried from uh, African American, from Africa, from the continent of Africa. And I think the more we see that the power of our vote, the opportunity for us to vote, if African Americans ever actually woke up and paid attention to what was happening in society, I do believe that we would not uh, be in the situation that we're in. And I'm saying all these things is because I am doing this to create a conversation with people so that we can have detailed conversation or even just different thought processes around what it actually means um, to be a Black American what it actually means to be a Black American male within the system. And so today I want to let y'all know I am frustrated. I've had enough of it. I want you all to know that every time when denouncing starts to go viral, it is usually around election season. And we understand that when people denounce, there's often this conversation, and these people are looking for money. I'm telling you, people who are denouncing right now are only doing that because they're this didn't really work out like they thought it was going to work out. Or they didn't realize that it was really about community service and not celebrity. And all those other things that people have seen are actually just bits and pieces of what our organization is, or what all of us are as a collaborative organization. And I think that's something to think about um, as we move forward, as we move as a people, is that there is a mass deception going on, and people are using that to confuse the enemy. Now, now that I've talked about the denouncing of the Divine Nine, I'm going to do a quick live stream about anger and talk about this whole idea of um, having to sit with some certain energies and not being able to actually um, act on some of the things that you have to do. We are in the season of Lent, and I've been thinking of ways of how to, I wouldn't necessarily say purge myself, but I would say that I am constantly in the position of attempting to think through things, find different ways to explore what it would mean to understand the anger or discomfort that I might have in a situation while also finding a way to move forward. I think it's so important um, to just share some stories with you. I remember um, I I am a late bloomer when it comes into ministry. I knew I was called at the age of 16, but I seriously didn't like take it really serious until about maybe 24. And I had a whole lot of fear, a lot of discomfort, and I was legitimately trying to find myself. And all I can remember was people telling me I need to get credentials. I need to have these credentials. I got these credentials. You need to have these things, right? I stopped, I started, and I stopped. And in 2021, the same time that I got my house, I also got into graduate school um, for free, for $0, 0 cents. And I remember the first couple of years being so upset and being so angry and acting on those emotions. I'll tell y'all, acting on the emotions so much that I went out, had the time of my like just did all kind of foolishness and broke my two front teeth. What? I said I broke my two front teeth. What? Yes, me, the OG. I broke my two front teeth, and um it was just after being rejected from two jobs that I thought might have been perfect given my experience working in the college access realm. Um, when you talk about being devastated by it, I was a little devastated by it, and I was so upset and hurt, and I just sat with anger on and on and on, not even trying to live, festering on it, feeding on it, continuously going bit by bit until it overtook me a little bit, and I was not myself. So much so that I was so angry, I was so mad. I never like, never paid attention to how much energy I had focused on being angry. All the time while I was trying to get these jobs, trying to do all this other stuff, I was still blessed with actually having a job. Was it what I wanted? No. But was it paying the bills? A little bit. And the thing is like I feasted on it so much anger, so mad. I mean, for 2 years, missed out on being present with my friends, missed out on all the things that I was doing in spite of everything that wasn't working out for me. And it makes me like realize like how easy it is to get caught up in the emotions of anger. Like even right now, I'm like angry. I got stuff going on in my family. I am angry about certain things, but there's nothing that I can do about it except for acknowledge that it's there. It's one of the things that I used to talk about with my therapist a lot is acknowledging whatever emotion is there and then the ability not to act on it. And that's something that you have to think over and over and over again. And I mean, Paul talks about this. And let me tell you something. Me referencing Paul is a tragedy because I don't like the fella. What? I said what I said. What? I said what I said. I don't like Paul. So for me to be mentioning him right now, the significance of that is just he wrote some bomb ass shit. Like be angry and sin not. Like when I think about that, I think like be angry and sin not. How do you, when you feel these emotions, you're angry and you try not to sin? Like it's so hard. And I think the only thing I can really tell you, the only thing I can really be honest with you about and let you know through this whole process is what it means to actually be able to come on the other side and say that your anger, your frustrations, everything that is going on has absolutely nothing to do with how you got to remember and sometimes even sit with that uncomfortability and be able to examine it and also review how you don't want to experience this anymore. Holy rage, like being angry, has all the value. Like you could be angry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay for things not to work out and you don't enjoy what's happening to you right now and that you're so upset and these things are continuously happening as it's an energy and it's a community, it's certain things that go on within us that we don't know. But the reality is like everybody in the world is transpiring through some kind of emotion, some kind of experience, something that doesn't make sense even to yourself. And so having those emotions, but being able to still go on with your life is the greatest development in human nature, I believe, because you have every right to have those emotions, but it's just how you express them. It's so important. And my simple like request to you all, as we think about this time during Lent and what it means to be angry and sin not, I essentially implore you. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just go on here and say what I'm gonna say. I think the best ability of what you can do when you feel this kind of anger and emotion is to find positive outlets, not through negativity. Like this um live stream. I'm gonna keep on doing it too. It's only one person here, and if it's only gonna be one person, it's gonna only be one person. I'm gonna be all right with it. Shoot, Jesus had to start with himself before the ministry actually really popped off anyway. find positive ways to extend some of that energy into other things like creating artwork, creating a hobby, learning what it means to live in tight tension with the underbase of love, but also frustration at the same time. Those are things that are so important. It's like walking a tightrope sometimes. That's what it feels like when you're experiencing rage and then you're not trying to act on that rage, and not to say that the rage is holy, but that you acknowledge that there's an emotion that you feel, but the ability to have self-control to not act on that anger is a continuous stride that you have to do. So I'm not going to be too long. I wanted to share this with you all tonight. We had a good 15 minutes. We talked about what it means to be angry and sin not. I also want to just frame this as well as there are elections coming up. People are going to be saying a lot of things. There are going to be a lot of people trying to deter Black Americans. Please make sure that your registration is valid. Even if you're, saying, why should I do this, et cetera, et cetera. Things are going to get incredibly worse if we do not begin to organize and mobilize now. Um, Wishing you all the best. I will see you guys um, in a couple of Thursdays. In all honesty, I want to possibly go Thursday to Thursday. I know I don't have any viewers, but I do appreciate this. Um, so I just wanted to share this information with you. My name is Zuogwi Earl, and I'm here at the border between nightmare and prophecy. And here we are discovering what it means to have holy rage and being able to counter all the things that we might miss in the midst of being angry about something and how much God has blessed you. So I just want to remind you, as long as you're journeying, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, the question is what does it mean to live with the emotions that we experience? And sometimes even taking our anger and frustration to God. To God. Well, I'll see you next time. I love you like a fat kid loves cake, and there's nothing that you could do about it. I'm so glad you're here. Winston-Salem State Rams men are out of the CIAA tournament, but the ladies are still holding it down. Tomorrow is a football game. There's a basketball game. Wishing all my Lady Rams the best. I think it's at 2 p.m. And then also, what else? Remember that your Lenten fast is your Lenten fast, and whatever journey that you have, you can have. And this is also a holy time to also remember our Islamic brothers and sisters who are fasting and in supplement with their creator or with God, because they're all Abrahamic religions. All right. I love you all. See you guys later between Nightmare and Prophecy, episode number 2.